Hello, hello. May God bless you. May prosper you this day. My name is Rick, and I am the cryptocurrency Watchman. Okay, I was asked to do a review on an ICO that has actually already launched. It's called Boule. It is it is a blockchain-based remote voting technology. As you can see, the ICO has already launched. They're accepting Ether for the coins, which the acronym is BOU, and it has let's see, it's already started. They actually had a 100% bonus before the 29th, which is almost unheard of. I've never even heard of a 100% bonus. That may have happened before. I don't know, but that's I don't know. That's a lot. That is a lot. And right now, apparently they're offering a 40% bonus for the next 24 days, 22 hours, 7 minutes, and 0 seconds. So yeah, I mean that's pretty good. But let's take a look at who they are. Okay, here's the main page of the website. It is pronounced Boule. They are a blockchain-based remote voting technology. If you read down, you can see they're targeting governments. They're targeting specific governments, and they're also setting up where you can run polls through the blockchain. But the main thing that they're targeting, is not just the polling, but also the actual vote itself. A democratic vote that is set up on the blockchain so that it cannot be hacked and it cannot be changed. There's a few things I want to point out about this, and if you see, they're using the Ethereum blockchain. Now, I'm not saying anything about the company or their idea. I think it's a great idea that they've come up with. I mean, believe me, we would all love to see transparency in our voting, and we would all like to see, no manipulation in the voting, and the candidate who truly wins, let them get in, because as we know in the past, especially in the presidential votes, and really more so in the local votes, all the way down from governor to even sheriff. There's a ton of corruption and manipulation, and you see a lot of people that really shouldn't have gotten in. They wind up getting in because of the cheating and the manipulation and the corruption and everything else involved. And it would be fantastic to have something like this in place. That being said, they are setting themselves up on the Ethereum blockchain, and that really throws a red flag up for me, not for the company, again, not for the company, but because of what they're trying to accomplish here. A voting platform that cannot be hacked, which, as we all know, and I've said this many times, the Ethereum blockchain has been hacked more than once, and they've been hacked for a lot of money. And so it is and one of the main reasons for that happening is that the Ethereum blockchain has been pretty much bought out by many of the elite. I mean, you can tell just from the symbolism itself, the triangle. I mean, you could, if you we don't talk a lot about conspiracy theories on here. I do have my own theories, but I try to keep those off of the channel here, because I like you guys just to make up your own mind. All I'm here to do is just review these coins, or review the ICOs, put them out there, let you do your own homework and make your own decisions, okay? But I can tell you from a fact, the Ethereum blockchain is owned by the elite. It is manipulated by the elite. If you do not have the password, if you do not have the correct security code to get into the blockchain to take the money, you cannot hack it. That's the only way, which means the Ethereum blockchain can be manipulated and is being manipulated. And so here we are. We have a company that is trying to that is putting out this voting technology that they claim cannot be hacked, but yet is going on the one blockchain that has been hacked. I have a little bit of a problem with that. Also, just again, this is just fact. This is not conspiracy theory, but if you look into Boule, a lot of times with these ICOs and these companies coming out, I Google and I look to see what the names mean, what the name itself means. And Boule is actually it was a black secret society that was fashioned after the Skull and Bones, and even today, some of the most wealthy and prominent uh, uh, black citizens are part of what they call the Boule. And so, and they are a secret society, and we know that, there are certain secret societies that have a lot of influence, especially within our governments, within our banking systems and other things. And that's why we have to have these blockchains. That's why we're trying to get away from the regulation. We're trying to get away from these very people that are controlling, things like Ethereum. I mean, this is the very thing we're trying to get away from, but yet here we are. No, I'm not saying anything bad about the company. I'm not. I mean, these guys may be legit all the way. And to be honest with you, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea if it really works. If it truly cannot be manipulated. So they actually have a two-part identification system. So let's look at that real quick. Okay, they have a two-part authentication system to ID who you are. Which means that you're going to have ID. And as we know right now with the voting system, a lot of the Democrats, a lot of the liberals don't want you to have to show ID. That way they can bring in, illegals and Jose and whoever else, and I'm not saying anything against the Hispanic people because I have many Hispanic friends, but, just from anywhere, anybody from any country, where they can just bring them in and have them vote so that they can sway the vote. So, so this is actually a great idea, even though it does require the facial recognition, which means that you have to literally register your face, to be recognized for the voting system. And of course, that's Big Brother, keeping an eye on you. And the reason I'm doing a lot of this speech right now is because we're talking about the voting system. We're talking about how we elect our government officials, and this is very important. But it's also infringement on some of our rights here. Then they have the national registration process, which you'll have to show some kind of ID. Now, they're putting out there as national security number, ID card number, electoral card, or any other official way to recognize citizens and electors. So I imagine they will probably take, driver's license or passport, those kind of things, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love for everybody to have to show their ID and prove that they are an American citizen to be able to vote in our elections. Okay, now there was one sentence in here that I was a little, I can't really figure out exactly what they're saying. It says that the electors will spend their token to validate their ID. Now, I don't know if this means that we're actually going to have to buy a token to be able to place a vote, and then, of course, spend that token. Well, yeah, I mean, you can see it says own and spend a token, insert a password, upload ID, and everything else. So, from what I'm gathering, you literally have to pay to vote. I got a little bit of a problem with that. I mean, I've never had to pay to vote on anything ever, so I'm not sure what that's about. Okay, so let's take a look at the team. This is the project leader, Claudio Perlini. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Claudio. Claudio is an entrepreneur with international experience in several digital startups specializing in project management. An early Ethereum supporter, Claudio is an active cryptocurrency entrepreneur seeking for unexplored fields where to apply blockchain. Okay, here's Claudio's LinkedIn account. Project lead, Boule Technologies, CEO and co-founder Sushi Jet. 10-minute waiting time on food delivery. Wow. I don't know how they manage that. E-commerce marketing manager. Sales and marketing manager. A lot of experience in marketing. Co-founder WeGo Project Co-working graphic designer. His education includes Seed Camp Week Berlin, Startup selected, I guess, some kind of startup camp, I guess learning how to do startups. Bank of Ireland Accelerator Program. Let's see, I'm not sure exactly what that is. Innovation Lab. Innovation Lab is a mentorship program focused on startup business. So he's got a lot of background in startup for developing startup businesses, entrepreneurship, and that's good. That's good. Okay, the next is Giovanni Zarzato, real geek developer since he was 8 years old with his MZ700. Seasoned full-stack developer, has supported many startups as the CTO, believes in the decentralized net. Okay, here's his LinkedIn page. Tech lead, Boule Technology, CTO, the Shopway. He worked at Sushi Jet with the other gentleman. Web developer and consultant, self-employed, and dad at our house. I like that. I like that. Let's see. It says see more positions. Chief Technology Officer, Paperlit, AutoWare. Not real familiar with those companies. Education. Can't even begin to pronounce that school either one of these really, but he's obviously well educated, pretty good background. All right, I'm on the white pages right here, and there's a few points they're making right here that I wanted to point out. They're saying this is one of the biggest innovations about blockchain. The technology runs in a distributed network of people instead than into a central server. This means it's impossible to attack only one center to hack the system. The more nodes are linked with the chain, the most the technology is reliable. The wording is a little unusual, kind of hard to read. Transactions on the blockchain are verifiable but completely anonymous. No one can control the majority of the network due to the high cost of computation power and control the nodes once the smart contract electoral rules is set up. It can't be changed or modified. I hope that's actually truly the case dealing with Ethereum. Stolen identity and forced vote, as we said before, only the authorized elector can vote through his own account. The vote is changeable by the elector since the last second of poll time. So you can change your vote. You can place your vote, say early in the day, but then you can come back later and change the vote. I don't know if I like that either. Okay, I couldn't find a lot on the company itself as far as the internet. There didn't seem to be any really any articles. I think there was something on CoinGecko, but I was having trouble pulling it up. They did have their LinkedIn accounts, obviously out there, which we took a look at. I tell you, it's a great idea, what they have right here. But to be honest with you, I can't see this thing taking off for quite a while because there's no way that anybody in our government is going to go for something like this right now because there's just way too much corruption. Now they may get a lot of business from polling, something along those lines. Don't get me wrong. I think the company and everything else, is great. I think that they have a great idea, a great concept going on here. But the question is it going to be able to take off? And my opinion right now, this is just my opinion, is no. That this may be good for it. There's a couple of things that kind of threw me a little bit. I mean, giving away 100% bonus tokens. I've never heard of that. Doubling your tokens. Why not just sell them for half price? I don't know. There's something that just doesn't jive with me, and really the whole feel. And of course, just the name, being on the Ethereum blockchain, dealing with the voting, that I think the whole thing is just a bad mix. It's a great idea, guys, but as far as I'm concerned, it's thumbs down on this one. I wouldn't touch this one with a 10-foot pole. So that's my review. That's really the first kind of bad review that I've given, and simply because most of these coins that I do the ICOs on, that I do the videos on, are ones that I believe are going to do well. When somebody asks me to review one, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get my honest opinion, and my honest opinion is leave this one alone. So okay, guys, be blessed. Send me your comments if I'm wrong. Please, send me any kind of information, anything to prove me wrong, and I will do a follow-up video. I'll be the first one to admit that I'm wrong. So be blessed and hit me up with your comments. Give me your feedback. Thanks, guys.